Live, local, no script, real conversations, real accountability. This is the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Hello and good morning. Welcome into the Jake Underwood Show right here. AM 1420, The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Just search the Jake Underwood Show. I am Jake Underwood. The man behind the glass is one Mr. Seth Williams. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, my friend.
How's it going back there?
Fantastic.
Very good. Happy to hear that. 72 degrees overcast at your station. Are we a severe weather station? Are we?
You're a severe weather station.
All right. Do we talk about severe weather?
Absolutely.
Can we claim that legally?
We did, yeah, like last week.
Did we?
Yeah, it stormed.
All right. I'm just checking.
And our cold weather station, warm weather station.
We're your Northeast Ohio weather station.
Amen.
Hey, how about that? We got a lot to talk about today. There's some changes coming to Flock. It's almost as if people are not happy with the thing with the stuff that they're hearing about Flock. How about that? So some changes, right? Some changes are coming to that. RTA's making some cuts. We're going to tell you what they are, how they may affect you, and what it looks like going forward. Senator Bernie Moreno said that we need Burke Airport. We need it. So there's a fight that's about to go on, probably legally, not physically, between the city of Cleveland and Senator Moreno.
What happened to him?
What?
Did he hit his head?
I don't
like slip in a shower.
I don't know, but we'll go through the details of that.
All right.
Trump and South Korea. Some changes are happening there. The internet's losing their mind a little bit. I'm going to tell you, it's nowhere near as crazy as you think it is. Actually, South Korea is hoping that this leads to a positive change. And then we're going to talk about the Browns because they played a game. I guess you could say they played. They were there. They were in Chicago. I don't know that they played a game. The final score, if you didn't know, was Bears 34, Browns 10. So that's
very misleading. We'll talk about that later. Very misleading.
Whatever you want, however you want to, yeah. Put that lipstick on the pig, buddy. Oink, oink. But we're going to start off by talking about some of the changes that are going on with Flock because I was at the Young Republicans Convention. I was a delegate from Medina County. Thank you. I felt important. I got to hold up a little card, and it was very nice. It was a good time. They need to play music, but it was a good time.
Good for you.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
Awesome.
It was very cool. Yeah, no, it was a good event. A lot of people, young Republicans in the state of Ohio. I'll tell you this: you could look at some of the stuff that they've done, and it's very easy to look at things in hindsight and go, well, I wouldn't have done that, or this should have been, or this or this. Look, either way, it was a lot of people coming together for a good cause. I mean, you had candidates there. I know Jay Edwards was there. Great guy, Jay Edwards, and a lot of local people, office holders were there. So it was a good event. And Wham, who we had here on Friday, I mean, for their podcast, they were interviewing anybody that was willing to talk. So including yours truly. So there will be an episode of the Whamcast. How about that, Seth? Whamcast that comes out from that day. And they a lot of good interviews.
I was not invited.
To the Young Republicans Convention?
That's fine.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. No disrespect intended here. You're not a young Republican. You're still young, just not a young Republican. That's all.
Well, you nice. It was a good try at backpedaling there, but
what? No,
Well, you said I was still young.
Well, yeah,
but not a young Republican. Well, I am a Republican.
The cutoff, I believe, is 37. I know. You were almost there, and
that close.
But if we bend the rules for you, they have to bend the rules for everyone. You know what I mean? We are. You have to follow the law.
Could have at least interviewed me.
I'm sure that'll happen. Yeah,
I want to be on a Whamcast.
Yeah, well, they'll put you on the Whamcast. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Hey,
all right. But yeah, let's break down some of the changes going on with Flock. Obviously, is it fair to say that we've been critical? Maybe. I think we've questioned a lot of stuff. I don't see the point in the expansion the way that they want to. And I'm not necessarily looking at it from just right now. I'm looking at it from down the road, years from now. And it seems that we're not the only ones doing that here, because I know when you call, we get callers and texters that kind of question the same thing. So, when it comes to that, it seems to be becoming an issue that everybody's kind of getting behind. And oddly enough, I saw some Republican groups holding anti-flock camera, meetings. And apparently the Democratic Socialists are also doing the same thing. So who would have thought it was technology possibly taking over, even more than it already has, that makes some people come together. But as for some of the changes, so this was announced over the weekend. Seth actually sent me this. This is courtesy of WOIO. And the CEO came out and was basically like, hey, we're going to make some changes. We know that people have been upset. And don't forget, there's also been stories coming out about police officers taking advantage of this by watching exes, by looking up women or people that they're attracted to, trying to find more information. They're abusing the system. So that also plays into this as well. But yeah, so one of the main changes, really, I think for me, the one that really is kind of shocking is that originally the data retention, so, if they took a picture, video, whatever it might be, that, remember, we talked about it, that digital fingerprint. So, not just your license plate, but your phone, your headphones, your tablets, your kids' tablets, whatever it might be, a chip in your dog, your tire sensors, whatever it might be. It now goes down to 7 days. So before they were going to keep that for 30 days. It was going to be a 30-day retention. Now it's 7 days. I like this. I think it makes people have to work a little bit. If there's something that happened, you got to make sure that you're on it. You got to do, your due diligence and hurry up and act on it. Now, with that said, I'm sure there's going to be some little backdoor way of, the 30 days, it is 7 days, but, this was something happened in that area. Nothing like that has been released yet. The nitty-gritty, the details of it haven't been released. But right now, this is what has been released, so we got to report on it. Number two of the changes that have been made to flock camera is audit assistance. So that actually becomes mandatory. So Flock has an auditing system called Audit Assistance, which is probably done by AI, so I don't know how much I trust that. But so basically the way that it was before is that an officer could search plates. They could detect misuse depending on just how much one person was being audited, just how many times something was being looked at. But with this new situation, Flock's system is supposed to start to look at patterns suggesting if the data is being abused, if somebody's looking at it too much, if they're looking into one certain license plate, one person, whatever it might be. So now they're going to look at the algorithm, look at the patterns, pick that up, and see if it's being taken advantage of. If it is, put a stop to it, supposedly. We'll see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be something goofy. But yeah, there's all in total. There's a lot, but the main ones that are sticking out to me, there's about 5 or 6 of them that I noticed, and I went, ooh, okay, we got to talk about that because we have to take a break. But one of the other changes, and we're gonna hop into it when we come back from the break, is Flock can automatically lock an officer out, and I don't think that's necessarily a great idea either. Because then that gives Flock control over it. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know if there's a way to win in this back and forth between surveillance and having it too much. It's very strange. The whole thing is strange to me. I'll be completely honest. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue to break down the changes that the CEO of Flock announced over the weekend. That and more when we return. This is the Jake Underwood Show.
Live and local. This is the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here. AM 1420, The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And after the bottom of the hour, we'll be on TikTok Live. You can see what Seth and I are talking about during the breaks. But right now, we're talking about some of the changes that have happened with flock cameras. And Seth, we were talking before the show. You were driving all over Northeast Ohio over the weekend, and you noticed something.
Yeah, yesterday we took a drive out to Chippewa Lake and a couple different places, and I didn't realize until I just looked up an image of what a flock camera is.
Yeah,
I must have seen 30 of them yesterday.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're just. It almost looks like a Ring camera. One of like the security cameras that you put up. But
yeah, I must have seen 30 of those things.
And ironically enough, the camera that I have here in studio to like watch on Rumble, that looks like a flock camera. Even the ones that we have in the old FM studio, those look like flock cameras. But yeah, they're all over the place.
They're everywhere.
And did you approve? I mean, I'm assuming there's some in around where you live.
I haven't seen too many actually in Broadview Heights, but
okay.
Yesterday I noticed the one. Because I said, that doesn't look like a normal like solar panel thing. It wasn't attached like a stop sign. It was blinking or anything. This thing was legit a camera that was aimed at the back of every car that was going by it.
I gotta take a picture of the one. There's one in Medina. This thing's massive. Like it's got like it looks like something you'd build in Minecraft. What I mean by that is it's all square and it's got
Where in Medina?
I'm trying to think of the road. It's off of Pearl.
We were on Lafayette Road yesterday.
No, it's not on Lafayette. No, it'd be on the other side of town. But yeah, no, it's
crazy.
Huge. It's absolutely huge. And like I don't recall anybody voting to approve that. I mean, was that on the ballot in May and nobody knew?
I did not see that.
No. So
I saw the CEO of Flock saying, "Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be used for bad things."
Oh, I didn't know that a surveillance state could be a bad thing. No, let's all come together, hold hands, and spy on. I mean, watch out for each other. Oh, well, what a wonderful time to be alive. Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about some of the updates that Flock is making to some of the changes for our security. Apparently, I don't know. To me, I'm going to be honest. This comes off as, oh, we're getting a lot of flack. We need to do something about this. And all of these changes came, with the reports of it being abused. There are police officers and caseworkers and different people using this, and they're abusing it. They're following people. They're watching their location. They're seeing where they travel, how they travel, and it's being abused. So they said that, oh, we didn't realize this could be a bad thing, so we need to make changes. So yeah, the two changes that we went through were the data retention. It goes from 30 days to 7. So if something does happen, the flock camera picks it up. They're going to have to make sure that they get that data within a week of it happening. That way they can start to, excuse me, that way they can start to, investigate, do what they need to do. The second change of about 5 or 6 altogether, and we're going to go through each of them. An audit assistance. So what this means is they're going to look at it. When I say they, let's be completely honest. They're going to write an AI algorithm, and they're going to notice when something's used too much, and then they're going to look into it. And if hypothetically, based off of those audits, that if they see that it is being abused, well, then at that point, Flock can automatically lock an officer out. So basically, the way that it's going to work, the way that it works now is there's suspicious activity, somebody files a report, and then eventually they'll get to it, which is an issue. If the system's being abused, that needs to be looked into right away. But now the idea is becoming suspicious activity, a report is filed, account suspended, and then someone investigates it. So if they think, based on the algorithm, because like I said, and look, they're not coming out and saying that it's AI. They're not going to hire people to watch after this. Let's be completely honest. So it's going to be an AI algorithm. If the algorithm starts to detect suspicious activity, Flock is then going to block the account of that police officer or maybe that police department. It doesn't give the details of all that because this is still a relatively new thing. And then that's when they would cut off the account. And then you would have the administrators investigate. I guess my question with this is what is considered suspicious activity? What is considered an abnormal search history or behavior? There's really no definition to this. Now, because here's the thing, and I want to remind you that if this all seems complicated, well, because it is, and it seems like these weren't in place before, but these cities are spending money on this. So now is this going to become a situation where an account gets suspended and they're not going to be able to? What are they paying for? Are these cameras just going to be hanging out then? Now that becomes the line of questioning that needs to be asked. Also, on top of it, officers will now need a case code. So law enforcement searches, will require a case number or code associated with the search. So this way an officer can't just go in there, like it's YouTube, and just decide to look up whatever and just dive into whatever they want. They actually have to have justification for searching the video and the footage and what's going on. There is an emergency exception. So if they need to get in there and look at it, they can. But this is going to create more, which it's crazy to think they just had free reign of all of this. But they weren't tracking before who they were searching, what plates were they searching, what cases it connected to, when did they search it, was the emergency exception used. They weren't looking at any of this. It was just kind of a free-for-all, and this stuff was just sitting in the cloud or wherever it's being stored for however long, the 30 days. And people were just hopping in there and doing whatever they needed to do or whatever they wanted to do.
I would like to think, though, that the majority of officers are good guys and good women that are not using it for personal use.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, there's always the exception to the rule.
Yes.
In every job that you have, there's good and bad.
Correct.
So you need some controls to make sure that those people are not doing the things they're doing.
Right. Yeah, and in no way do I want this to come off as I'm saying all cops are doing this. Absolutely not. There were 50 cases countrywide, but those were the cases that were caught. I wouldn't even say a majority of police are abusing this. I don't believe that. But I mean, look, we have that mindset with everything else. If one person takes advantage of it, that's too many. And depending on how dangerous that could be, that's the mindset we have to have with this, and we have to be consistent on it. It's just how it goes. The fifth change that has been made is that local communities will get more control over the outside agencies, which that I agree with. First of all, it's the local agencies that are paying, or local communities that are paying for it, so they should have access to it. So they will be able to, if a vehicle's stolen, they'll be able to access it. If there's a murder, felony, missing persons, they're going to be able to look into it there. But if it's just somebody randomly driving down the street, then they will not have access to just the footage.
But you can look up your own, right, to see if you
can
were spotted.
Yes. Yeah, there's let me get the website here. Stand by. Yeah, so you can look it up. It is Have I Been Flocked? Which is crazy. But yeah, if you look up Have I Been Flocked, go to that website there. And you'll be able to check your license plate to see if you've been flocked. I have not been flocked.
I have to check mine.
Yeah, you have to check yours.
I just can't remember my license number right now.
Somebody texted in and said the CEO of Flock can't get the flock out of here. I don't believe you don't believe a word he says. Anytime there's big money to be made in partnerships between government and corporations, the citizens always get the raw end of the deal. That's from the 330. Well said. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Let's see here. I'm seeing a lot of yard signs for Amy Acton and other Democrat candidates. Are they allowed to put these signs up so soon? It's only early August. Yeah, no, they could. Yeah, they could. I mean, you could put signs up a year from now. I mean, I still see signs that say Wu-Tang Clan 2024. I still see signs that say Trump 2024.
I think I'm allowed signs in my neighborhood. So.
You're not allowed?
No.
Really? Is that a HOA thing?
Yes.
That's interesting. Oh, and the seventh, one of the other changes, I'm jumping around here just because I'm going with like the main ones. that stuck out to me is they're now going to have an outside cybersecurity firm reviewing everything, which all of this was just going unchecked. That's the part that's crazy to me. All of this was going unchecked, but now this is going to be the interesting part, because when government red tape gets involved, and what I mean are regulations, whether it's by the company itself or the government, the interest is going to start to die down because they know it's not a free-for-all like they wanted it to be. So whether or not, I mean, that we'll see. I'm sure you're still going to have, people wanting them, but I think it's going to start to die down. But this all started because people were bucking back against it. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We got a few more to go through, and then I'll give you that website again, and I'll tell you the details of the Have I Been Flocked website. That and more when we return. This is the Jake Underwood Show. Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here. AM 1420, The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, YouTube, and just went live on TikTok, so you can watch behind the scenes there. This is the Jake Underwood Show. I am Jake Underwood. The man behind the glass is one Mr. Seth Williams. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning.
How's it going back there, Seth?
Fantastic.
Fantastic, you say.
It's a lovely day.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So I just, you're saying that you were able to pull it up on my laptop here in studio. I just tried to go to the haveibeenflocked.com.
Yes.
And it is not working.
I got it up here.
So it's working on mobile.
It's on my mobile phone.
Okay.
Haveibeenflocked.com. And you put in your license number and search.
Yeah. Your license plate number.
Yes. It
Yeah.
says don't just check, fight back.
Yeah. And I mean, we're
Join Deflock's National Week of Action.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with it, and people are looking at it and they're going, we don't like this, because I think a lot of people are starting to look at it in the context that we've been presenting it, where it's okay. Yeah. Now it's a couple of cameras up, or like Seth said, he's noticing them pop up all over the place. I'm noticing them pop up all over the place. If you don't know what they look like, look them up, and then you're gonna start to spot them. You're gonna realize they're all over. And we didn't vote for this. And I'll tell you, if these cities are just passing this and just going along and doing it, then maybe some people need to be primaried. I think that's what I would say there. Some people need to be primaried if they're just going to go ahead and decide to just put cameras up all over the place and not have people's input on it. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me. And I'll remind you, with all of this, there's still the constitutional debate of the Fourth Amendment. And whether or not that it's allowed. So are these communities gonna dump all this money into flock cameras and then, oh well, yeah, no, look, turns out we can't actually do it. We gonna get that money back? You know the answer. You know the answer to that. Are we gonna be able to get that money back? No, probably not. But they're just gonna go ahead and just start moving forward with flock cameras and like I said, what's next? That's my biggest issue with all of this. What is next? So some of the things that they've said, Flock has basically said that we hear you and we understand the frustrations, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure, just the same old just speak that they're going to say once they've been called out on stuff. That's the most frustrating part to me. But that's my question. Like if I could talk to somebody, and maybe I'll have to start, be on the lookout for them. But if I could talk to somebody in one of these cities that are just putting these up like crazy, somebody who's in charge, whether it's a mayor, somebody on a council, I would ask them, why did you do this? Who gave you the approval to spend tax dollars on this when it could potentially be a violation against the Fourth Amendment? And are you going to get that money back? Is there? Are you in a trial period? Do you get? Is it like Disney Plus? Do you get like 30 days free? Like, is this a trial period? Because this is crazy to me, and the fact that these weren't put in place in the first place. Like, are you telling me that the CEO of Flock didn't think that it was going to be taken advantage of?
That's what he said.
That's crazy. I mean, you have people that hack into security systems all over the country. And I'll tell you what, I know people that what they would do is, because, you get a security camera, they all have the same password. Every one of them have the same password. So if you have a security camera, the password that it comes with, change it. Because you could just type in, some random number, enter in that password, you could be watching somebody's security camera randomly.
Really?
Yes. It's dangerous stuff. It's very scary stuff. And people don't realize that. And these are just random people. Imagine what the bad people could do with it. So for the CEO of Flock to come out and go, well, we didn't know. How didn't you know? Did you run any studies? Did you look into anything? Was there any research done with this? And if there wasn't, well, then I want these cities and I want these people that have gone and made these deals and done all this stuff. I want some answers from them. How did you not ask these questions? How did you not double check to make sure that they couldn't be taken advantage of? How are you just sitting there going, yep, let's go ahead, let's sign off on it, sounds good to me? How are you doing that when your job is to look out for the people you're representing, whether it's at the city level, a village, a town, whatever it might be? How are you not asking these questions or diving into this to try to find out? Think about how scary that is. They just went ahead and signed. I mean, the city of Cleveland was a 6-month contract for $125,000, which might not seem like much, but remember, they are one of the poorest, if not the poorest city in the country. It's $125,000. And you're telling me that they haven't looked into any of this? Come on. I don't buy it. I don't buy it one bit. You knew exactly what was going to happen here. I have no proof to say that, but come on. But my concern, as I said, how do they not ask? I walk into a room with cameras. I'm going, is that on right now? If somebody walks in the studio after the show and they see the camera on the wall, I go, nah, it's not on right now. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, mics are muted. You're good. What's up? You're telling me that these different villages didn't ask? Hey, can this get what are some of the safeguards you have in place for this not to get taken advantage of? And what the CEO went, well, golly gee, I never thought of that. Well, let's go ahead and make some. No, come on. They knew it. They knew the risks. They knew exactly what was going to happen here. They knew that it could be taken advantage of. They just didn't want to do anything about it because they were making money. It wasn't until negative press started coming out, and not negative press of people being upset about the flock cameras, the negative press of the people saying this is not good, people are taking advantage of this. Police officers are taking advantage of this. Some of them are. So that's when Flock decided, oh, we got to backpedal a little bit and say, oh, our bad, we didn't know. You knew. Craziness. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, the website is haveibeenflocked.com. Go there, you enter in your license. That's a crazy name for a website. But you go there, you enter in your license plate, and then you could find out if you've been if you're in the database. Now, with that said, just because you're not in the database now doesn't mean that you weren't 31 days ago. And don't you think I don't know, Seth, I don't know, maybe this is too wishful thinking on my part, but don't you think you should get a notification or something?
Yeah, you would think.
Because, I mean, the whole thing is the technology, right? Like, that's what they're all excited about. So don't you think that there should be something saying, like, hey, you will be in the database for this and this and this?
Yeah, you would think that there would be some sort of notification. Like, I'm trying to find out what cities are currently using them, and I'm on one website here that shows me a map.
Oh, boy.
Of active cameras. And that is just a portion of Northeast Ohio. And you can see it's pretty much one big blob of
What is that, basically
dots.
from, like, Medina up?
Yeah, I mean, it goes... Well, I mean, they're in Columbus, too.
Well, no, I meant that area you were looking at on the map. What is that, Medina County?
Akron up.
Akron up. And it's all over the place.
They're everywhere.
Somebody...
And that's active cameras.
James texted. James... Yeah. Yeah, somebody's asking me to reach out to one of the city managers to discuss. I might do that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to do that. Somebody said Cleveland got that money for the extra taxes they collect from the tent cities. It just I don't get it. Like, these cities are just pouring money into this. And
Look, I kind of understood having a flock camera, like, settlement, if you will, around certain neighborhoods.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, and no offense to people that live in those neighborhoods, but you live in a bad neighborhood. So if you want to stick them in East Cleveland, go ahead. You want to stick them in downtown Akron, go ahead.
Yeah, like if it's a high crime area, like, look, don't get me wrong. I still think the people should have a say.
Of
in
course,
the cameras that are going up.
I agree.
Somebody said that they're all over the place in Chagrin Falls and Bainbridge. Here we go. Hold on.
What kind of crime is going on in Chagrin Falls?
Yeah. Someone said
We
police
ran a
over
stop sign.
Somebody said police overstep their authority often. Should we do away with them? Flock cameras are just one more thing for the potential for abuse. Here's the thing. I think that's where it's going to lead. I think that's looking 20, 30 years from now. Absolutely, that's what they're going to do. Well, why do we need a lot of policemen when we got these cameras all over the place? So we just got to look at the database.
This could be the first step to, quote, defund the police.
It's weird, or deflock the police. Hey, now, but no, that's how this feels to me. And look, this could just be a gut feeling, and I could be completely wrong here, and I'm open to being wrong. But I'm just telling you, look at every other job field, and think of the way. Let's really look at this. You know, look at the way that they handle things at Walmart. Look at the way that they've handled things other places. It starts with technology, and then what happens? You got three cash registers that maybe one person's working at.
There's one store that I noticed took out their self-checkouts.
Yeah?
Marks.
Yes.
For whatever reason, they put them in finally, and then now they're gone.
Good.
I agree.
Yeah, you know.
They said hire more people.
I saw one person complaining about it online, and it was a local thing. Shut up.
Was it my wife?
No.
She complained about it.
No, but respectfully, be quiet.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Someone said random searches by the government is a hallmark of a police state. The Fourth Amendment strictly prohibits searches without warrants and or probable cause. Sounds like these cameras violate the Fourth Amendment. Sure does. Your friend and brother in Christ from Liberty Valley Church, Dennis Polk. That's what I'm saying. It's a violation of the Constitution. It's a violation of our rights. That's been my problem since day one. You're innocent until proven guilty. You're not a suspect. Not just because you're driving down the street doesn't make you a suspect. You're innocent until proven guilty. It's just crazy. Yes, like Chagrin and Bainbridge. Why are they out there? But at the same time, I would ask, why are they on walking paths? Like, what are we doing? Well, there's that one case that I could think of that could have really used that. Okay. But it could have used police too. It could have used officers.
I'm looking at like the map in like Broadview Heights. There's some that I didn't even know were there that I'm now going to have to look for when I go home.
Are there a lot?
I mean, looks like on certain roads there's like one every half mile.
Wow. Well, I know Strongsville, there's a stretch where I believe there's one every mile.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Like
yeah, it's not okay. I mean, these are busy areas, and they have the right to know. And I'll say this, here's another thing too. Why are there not signs?
Saying flock camera ahead or
yes.
Yeah.
Cameras ahead. Camera here.
It should be a designated sign for each camera that's
you should be aware.
You are being filmed here.
Right. I mean, think about it when you walk into a store.
It says you're being filmed.
Smile, you're on camera. Have the sign say smile, you're on camera. Be funny about it if you really want to, but it's absolutely crazy. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue talking about this. We do have some text messages to get to. So yeah, we're going to read those because a few of them are coming in now. That number is 866-525-0955. We'll be back right after this. Hey.
answers, but he does promise to ask better questions. Back to the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here, AM 1420, The Answer. As I said, we have some text messages to catch up on. If you want to text in, that number is 866-525-0955. The first one here from John, it said, I heard Hunting Valley speed cameras were paid for by a private citizen who wanted one on the road in front of their house to, quote, protect their grandkids from speeders. The city said no. Then the citizen offered to have them installed all over the city. I'd like to know how true that is. That's interesting. I mean, if the guy ended up paying for it and he didn't get what he wanted, well then, that's goofy.
I don't think I'm allowed to drive through there.
Through where?
Spring Valley.
Why?
If they see me in my car, they'll probably arrest me.
Yeah?
It's a nice area.
Well, you're a nice fella.
Yeah,
So I think you'd be all right. Somebody said that people are starting to report flock cameras on Waze. And if you're not familiar with Waze, Waze is a GPS app that works with Google Maps, that if there's a police officer ahead or construction, they send the little notification, you see it pop up, and then, they're able to just give people the heads up. Someone said the Fourth Amendment bans searches without a warrant. However, things in plain view have been deemed fair ground by SCOTUS. No need for a warrant. So if you're standing on 9th and Euclid, you have no right to privacy. But I know that's the case for people. So like if I wanted to record Seth, I can do that. But is that the case for the government? You have to remember the government, the law, like a lot of those early laws, especially the Bill of Rights, is to protect us from the government. So that would be my question. So while that's the case for you and me, if I see something funny, especially downtown Cleveland, listen, I saw something yesterday. Seth.
Yeah.
Went to Town Hall yesterday. Wonderful restaurant over there by Westside Market. Love that place. Driving back. We drive past a McDonald's. Okay. I see someone bare butt holding on to the McDonald's sign, just pooing.
Oh, God.
Right on the sidewalk. I'm going, what are we doing? Like, where are we at now? And it was a woman. It was a woman doing it. And it was one of those, because somebody else was driving, and, we're talking, discussing stuff. And I see this, and I'm going, did I really just see that? I like look in the rearview mirror, the little side mirror, and I saw it. And I'm sitting there, and the person who's driving, they go, what? And I go, I just saw somebody pooing. Like, what are we doing here? What are we becoming? Let's see. This is a text.
And yes, it does say here that the government can record you whether you like it.
See,
as long as it's in public places.
No, we need to relook at that. Yeah,
such as surveillance technology, police and federal agencies use public CCTV cameras, traffic cameras, automated license plate readers without needing a warrant.
Well, then, see, that's scary. When did that? I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's see. Here's another text that said, late night radio hosts discussed flock cameras. Cops from a city 10 miles away came knocking on the host's door. Said 3 weeks ago a car, same make and model, had committed a crime. Cops took all the camera data and went knocking on every person's door who had the same make and model of the car. What? Starting in the closest areas to the camera and then moving the perimeter outward. That's scary.
You really saw somebody pooing?
I did. I saw someone pooing.
What?
Yeah, no, it was the second time I saw that in the downtown Cleveland area. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the first one was right outside Ignatius.
Yeah.
That was like 2 years ago. And then this one was yesterday.
The worst I saw outside of Ignatius.
Oh boy.
I was on the track team, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was on the field team because I'm not exactly a runner, especially now. But we were all up against the fence, getting ready to do our thing.
Yeah.
And a lady of the evening, if you will, walked by and flashed all of us.
Oh, there you go. A little motivation.
Yeah.
Someone just sent in a picture, and we can receive pictures. Thank you. It's a shirt that says "One Nation Under Surveillance."
Amen.
Man, scary time. It's not. I'm just seeing it get worse and worse, and I don't like it. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to take a break. We're going to get a check on news and traffic, and we'll come back. You good there? We'll get a check on that, and we'll be back right after this.
show isn't for consultants and talking points. It's for people who work, pay taxes, raise families, and live here. This is the Jake Underwood Show on Cleveland's AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Jake Underwood Show right here, AM 1420, The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, YouTube, and TikTok. Just search the Jake Underwood Show. You could see a little behind the scenes there, see what Seth and I are doing. You can see what Seth's wearing today. He's got a nice hoodie on. Is that a new hoodie?
No, my wife got it for Christmas for me.
Oh.
It's Venom.
Venom.
You know, Marvel?
Yeah. Yeah, bad Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a cool-looking hoodie. And yeah, you could see all of that, and then when stuff starts to go wrong, you see how frustrated we get, and then laugh at us and do all of that. We're talking about flock cameras and some of the changes that are made because the CEO came out and he went, "What? I can't believe it! People are taking advantage of having cameras all over the place, and you have some people with bad intentions, and I can't believe it, guys. We have to switch it up, and I'm very sorry. I didn't think that this would happen.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah."
Oh, what happened to my invention?
Oh, golly gee. Yeah. Some of those changes made, instead of the data being held for 30 days, it's going to move to 7. They're going to have basically, they said they're going to have independent people looking at it. It's going to probably be an AI algorithm. The algorithm's then going to look at everything. And if people are abusing the system, they're looking into one person, one license plate, one thing too often. That's when they pull back from it. They go, whoa, this isn't okay. You can have accounts suspended before investigation. So they're stepping up security there. Now, for me, I wonder if flock cameras if the appeal is going to start to go down a little bit because we're seeing the company step in like this. That's what my curiosity is when it comes to this. So I'm curious about that. Let's see. We do have a text that says, seeing the actual commission of crime constitutes probable cause. Government's authority is the focus of the Bill of Rights, but individuals are also prohibited from abusing their fellow citizens' civil rights and liberties. Correct. The right to privacy is limited in private areas, but an individual is protected in their person and property, even in public. That is from our friend and brother in Christ from Liberty Valley Church, Dennis Polk. So you still have your rights. So one of these flock cameras, if it happens to, show into your house, yeah, they can't do that. Not yet. I can't wait till they start to convince people to do that. That's going to be something.
Well, you can be filmed in public by no matter who is doing it.
Yeah, see, from one like if I'm filming you, okay. I don't think the government should just be able to film.
Well, according to this, they're allowed. And
that's crazy.
Again, we had somebody call, I think it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
And they're right. You don't know who's watching at all times. You're walking down the street and there's a camera on the building for a business and you're getting seen on it. You go into a bank, you're definitely on camera. Grocery stores, you're on camera.
But for the most part, when you walk in,
Yeah,
That's also a part that bothers me. There needs to be signs advising, hey, there's a camera.
I agree.
You're being watched. That needs to happen. That needs to be something that's looked into.
The thing is, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Okay.
So I expect that the cameras aren't going to really do anything to me. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of somebody just watching everything that I'm doing.
Right.
What if I decide to drive pantless one day?
Well, I mean, I
could do that, right?
Well, technically, I don't think you could.
Can't drive my own car with no pants on?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't think you're allowed to do that. No, that's I don't.
In my car.
Okay, but you're out in public.
In my car.
Yeah, you know what? That's. I'll be honest with you. That's part of the law I never really thought about. I never thought about if I could or could not drive around pantsless.
I drove around naked for a radio bit once.
Yeah.
Through Public Square.
That's
I had people come up and say hi, but I think that legally I was allowed to do that. It's my car.
I don't know.
I'm in a private space, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
no?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But yeah, those are the changes being made to when it comes to flock camera. We'll see exactly how that works out, and then the website, because there are some people texting and asking about the website. It's AM1420.com. Somebody texted in again. They went, Seth. So, yeah,
Yes.
What? You can drive around without pants on?
No, wait, I misspelled it. Sorry.
What'd you misspell?
I said, well, my goal was to say, can you drive nude?
Oh.
And instead, I wrote, can you drive booed, B-U-D-E.
Yeah. Well, people drive rude every day. I don't know about nude.
And it says, yes, you can easily drive to Bood,
Oh, all right.
a seaside town in England.
Oh, well, can't drive there from here.
No, but let me see if I can actually spell it right.
All right. Yeah, so while he looks that up, I'm going to the next thing we're going to talk about next is Bernie Moreno. Bernie Moreno came out and said, don't close Burke Lakefront Airport, which that's an interesting take.
Yes, he also was nude and fell and hit his head in the shower.
What it seems like it. And of course, this is a big deal because the city of Cleveland, they've been asking for proposals, what they should do with the city, what they shouldn't do with the city. Mayor Bibb has been pursuing the possibility, of closing that airport and redeveloping the roughly 450 acres. That's a lot. 450 acres of that lakefront property. But, now Bernie Moreno, and of course he's part of the FAA, he's come out and went,
Why?
We probably shouldn't close that.
Did you say why?
I mean, it's just no. I mean, kind of, but not really. I mean, it's just a typical kind of just like running around answer.
I got to call this guy.
Yeah, it's this isn't basically what it is airports that accept federal funding take on continuing obligations to the federal government. So it's that argument that we've always heard. Well, the government says that you can't shut it down. The FAA's own compliance rules govern. Let me see if hold on. Let me find the actual. Yeah, FAA's own compliance rules govern commitments to the airport owners made in exchange for the federal airport grants and federally conveyed property. So because the government's involved, so they can't do it because the airport has taken federal grants from the government. They want to keep it open.
So he doesn't want to better the town or the city, or the lakefront or anything like that.
He may feel that that's the best,
that the 4 planes that go in and out of there on a weekly basis.
Well, no, it's not the 4 planes. When the Cavs play well, they get the
oh, that's right. When the Cavs play well,
yep,
they bring in from other cities.
Yeah. Yep.
Hopkins is no good for that.
No.
A 10-minute drive from Hopkins.
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying that the Burke argument is it serves as a airport, obviously. It relieves stress to Hopkins.
I have never seen that.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've ever in my life heard of a plane that, hey, Hopkins is too full. We're going to have to make him land at Burke.
Reroute to Burke.
Yeah, the air show. That's the only thing I could think of.
Well, and the only plane, the Blue Angels, they actually go there and fly. But
the air show.
Thunderbirds, they go to Hopkins. So every other year, the air show uses.
I mean, and then some of the supporters for keeping it open have said that, look, if they close this airport down, you're probably never going to get an airport there again.
Oh my goodness, what are we going to do?
But this is what I would tell them. I'd say, I think that's the point. I think that's. Yeah, no, you got it. You figured it out. I think that's the point. I think that people want to start seeing this land developed to actually be something that serves everybody in this area. Now, with that said, if they just decide to put apartments there, well, then yeah, it's wasted. It's dumb.
Hey, too.
Yeah,
we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah,
this town.
I don't. But yeah, I don't know. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to take a break. We'll continue talking about this when we come back. Right here on AM 1420, The Answer.
is the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here. AM 1420, The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're talking about if Burke Airport should shut down. I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. But I'll tell you, I've been alive for 34 years. I've worked off and on in media for 15 of those. Independent. I've worked on radio stations here in Cleveland. I've worked at some in different cities across the country. I've never in my life heard so much debate about an airport that nobody knows who uses it. Never in my life.
It's true.
I
We
mean,
got
like,
a text from a buddy of ours saying that the mayor's just going to screw it up and put Section 8 housing in there. Now, look, whether he screws it up or not, that airport doesn't need to be there anymore. Yeah. It doesn't do any good, and I don't care what Senator Marino says. I'd love to have him on, and as long as we can stop him from swearing long enough, and have him come on and explain himself, because that airport is useless unless it's making somebody money that we don't know about.
Well, yeah, and I'll get into the different quotes here, but we have some text to catch up on. This is from Alex from Wham. Wham Young Conservatives. So they were in here on. He was in here on Friday. He said owning people used to be allowed in this country. Currently, people are allowed to kill children. Hold on. Currently, people are allowed to. Hold on. Segregate. Oh, hold on. Owning people used to be allowed in this country. Currently, people are allowed to kill children. Segregation was government rule. Just because something is currently permitted, like spying on people, doesn't mean it should stay that way. Well said. No, that's well said. Let's see. We have a text from John. It said, if Seth drives without pants on, is he only half naked?
Wow. Man. The cripple shaming that was right there. Yeah.
We have a text from Bozo. He said, it's the only airport on the Great Lakes. And maybe for military purposes. Thank you, Bozo. Someone says that Burke Airport has never been the same since the Indy car race left Cleveland. Yeah, see, I would love that. They need to bring that back.
Oh, they need to get rid of that airport.
Yeah, but if they bring that back, then I'm okay with it.
The 5 business people or politicians that use that airport. Sorry.
So this is a text from 440. It says, so the fact that the city doesn't have to pay for it is why they want to keep it? The city will just have to pay for redevelopment then. And yeah, and they sent something, a picture that says, oh my God, what a freaking nightmare. Is that for my cousin Vinny? It is for my cousin Vinny. Well done. That's a very good meme. Somebody said, guys, Burke Lake Air Show? No, listen, I love the air show. I don't know that it's worth keeping the 450 acres down
so
there.
That one weekend a year is worth the entire
I mean,
lakefront being screwed.
Yeah, but Seth, isn't it cool when you're driving down, the freeway and you see all the people and the planes and the lake?
That one weekend, it's annoying because it's crowded over there.
Yeah, so basically the reason, and this is Cleveland.com that had this. So they said that after touring an FAA Air Traffic Control Center in Oberlin on Friday, FAA Administrator Brian Bedford and U.S. Senator Bernie Moreno voiced strong opposition to closing the downtown Cleveland airport, arguing it remains an important part of the region's aviation network. Moreno said discussions with people who would be impacted if Burke closed convinced him that the small airport's role extends far beyond
Like who?
the Northeast Ohio area. He went on to tell Channel 5 it would be patiently absurd for a politician to override the experts at the FAA to say we know better than you do.
I'm assuming it was patently absurd.
What'd I say?
Patiently.
I apologize. Yes, patently absurd. So he thinks it would be absurd to tell the government we don't need this.
I think it's absurd that we have a airport down there that sits there pretty much unused when we could actually put something on our lakefront like the majority of, booming cities do.
What
Smart cities.
You just want a Ferris wheel. That's what you want. You want a Ferris wheel like Chicago. Just be honest. You want to sit in the little chair and you want to go, wee. That's all you want to do, Seth.
Much like me.
You're getting in the way of the airports.
If we were half of Chicago, I'd be happy.
Wow. Let's see, but hold on. But if they shut down the airport, all the rich people with planes will have to pay extra landing fees at Hopkins whenever they want to visit Cleveland.
I don't know. Go to Willoughby Airport.
No, listen. I'm sure something's going to get waived, especially in when does that stadium open up? Is that 29?
Yeah,
29. Yeah, I'm sure all those extra landing fees will be waived. That way they could all hang out at Hopkins and
exactly.
Just do what they do.
When the Browns are going to be great, and it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, no. We saw how great they could be. We saw that over the weekend. They're phenomenal, man. Yeah, we're gonna end up talking about the Browns game. But
Bernie Moreno. What are you doing?
Yeah,
buddy?
no, it's I don't know. It's a weird take.
I like him.
Well, I do too. But to sit there and go, well, I talked to the people that work there, and they don't want it to shut down.
Well, no kidding.
Well, yeah. like what?
They don't want to lose their jobs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we could talk to the people here. We don't want it to be most of the day syndicated, but sometimes things just have to go the way that it goes.
The eight ticket takers at Burke Lakefront. Sorry.
Do they have TSA there?
I don't know.
Are
been
we
there?
I haven't either. Like, are there TSA agents there?
I would assume.
How long is the wait? How long's the wait at Burke?
35 seconds.
I mean, what, you got to take your shoes off and everything, or is everybody who goes there, are they TSA pre-check, or they just kind of walk in? Are they on the first name basis? Like, what is that?
There's no plane that lands there that fits more than 10 people.
Can we get a tour?
I want a tour.
Can I get a tour? Can I talk to these people so then I could? Listen, if they change the senator's mind, they might be able to change mine.
What politician is getting money?
They have
from that airport being.
Hold on, they have a museum in there and a flight school. They have a museum in there?
And a flight school.
A flight school, I don't doubt. All right, listen. That if they have if there's a flight, there is a flight school.
There's plenty of other airports around. Go to Akron.
But they're not. But they're not on the Great Lakes.
I guess that's beneficial because if you're going to crash a plane, you might as well crash into the lake.
Into the water. Right. Yeah. Let's see. It's a women in flight museum.
Well, we definitely don't need it.
Oh my goodness. Let's see this one. Another
text. Can barely drive. We're going to put
all right. Take a breath. Relax. From the 216. I had to step out for a minute, so I may have missed a few things you said, but perhaps Burke Lake the Burke Airport is where people learn how to fly planes. Yeah, see, maybe that.
Okay, I understand. I was kidding about the women.
Hold on,
but there's plenty of airports around.
But Seth, that's a good point. That might be what it is.
What?
That it's a good flight school.
Well, there's other flight schools. There's other places to land small planes.
But are they on a lake?
Does it matter?
Have you thought about the lake?
Yes.
Have you thought of the waves on the lake?
Freezes over. Then what are you doing?
Hey, well, listen, think about this. If you're in flight school and it's right there on the lake, you know how to it gets you prepared for summer in Hawaii.
You can land on the ice.
And it gets you prepared for Alaska.
See?
It's all encompassing.
I guess I never thought about that.
Yeah, see, these are the things that you have to think of. This is why you're not in government, Seth.
Apparently.
Yes, this is
because I'm not getting money from some stupid airport.
Well, no, what you have to do is have a discussion with the people who would be impacted if Burke closed, and they would convince you that the small airport's role extends beyond Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, that's what we need our senator for. Good job, Bernie.
Yeah, no, you can. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what was said there. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of mind blown by that. I just, I honestly, I'm kind of mind blown. Like I guess my thing, and you would hope that the people in charge would think of it this way. Who does it impact more, the people in the city or the people outside of the city? And wouldn't you want it to impact the people in the city more? Or in the area more? Wouldn't you want it to impact Northeast Ohio? Wouldn't you want that to be available for them? As opposed to, because, I mean, you could do that anywhere.
Development that brings in tourism and money?
Right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't have the funding up in front of me. I mean, is it bringing that much money in that it's worth keeping and we're just not hearing any of that? That's what I'm curious of. I mean, I'm curious who the conversations were with. I know we won't get an answer because they don't want to talk to us, but it would be really cool to hear all that. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to take a break. When we return, we'll continue to talk about this a bit. What would you do? Do you want to keep it open? You want to shut it down? Let us know. 216-901-0945 or text in 866-525-0955. We'll be back right after this.
Where faith meets the front page. The Jake Underwood Show continues on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here. AM 1420, The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, YouTube, and TikTok. When you search the Jake Underwood Show, we're talking about the airport on the lake. I mean, like I said, I've never consistently heard about an airport on a lake, or just an airport in general in the news like we do with this. So then, I went, well, let's do what our politicians do. Let's go to AI. Let's go to AI and ask the question. So I asked, should Cleveland keep Burke Lakefront Airport? And it's going through it saying, oh, it's a great airport. It's all of these wonderful things. And then you scroll down a little bit, and this was the crazy thing here. Where's it at? The 450 acres of lakefront property occupied by Burke Lakefront Airport. It's been operating at a multi-million-dollar deficit for the past 2 decades. So which one is it? I need to know. Are we doging or are we not? Are we past the doge thing? Are we over that? We got an election, so now we don't want to doge. We'll want to doge again in 28. Is that how that's working?
Seems that way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's costing. Let's see here. It's costing Cleveland taxpayers $1.7 million just last year. So are we doging? Are we doing that now?
We could ask Vivek when he comes up.
Oh, yeah. Somebody just texted in. I wonder why Burke wasn't doged. Wait till you hear what I said after the delay. Yeah, well, I mean, this is money. $1.7 million for a city like Cleveland. That's a pretty big deal, and that's taxpayer money being wasted. But no, we should keep it. With that said, I love the air show. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I love the air show too.
Yeah, like I'm not poo-pooing on the stuff that's going on there, and I'm sure the museum's nice. But you know what? You can keep the museum there. Why couldn't you?
I've lived here for the majority of my life.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this museum that you speak of.
Yeah, no, I saw the website.
Yeah, I saw it too.
There's a website, and some people text us personally during the break and said, "Oh yeah, no, I've been to that museum a few times. I usually go there to use the restroom when I'm tailgating for the Browns."
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you stop by the gift shop that they have there?
Well, that's just I looked it up. There's not much at the gift shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, no, there wasn't much there, which is kind of a bummer because I was hoping, listen, if there was a shirt that said
International Women's Museum.
But if Air and Space Museum and then it said Burke Lakefront Airport, I'd buy that. I'd buy that and wear it. That'd be a cool shirt. No? You wouldn't wear that?
No, I
really? Oh yeah, see, I'd wear that. Yeah, they got some gold coins. I'm looking now. They got an eBay shop also. They got newspaper articles, books, patches. They got some cool stuff. I don't know that it's worth $1.7 million, but yeah, no, they got some.
I think it is.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Wouldn't you like to pay that with your taxes?
Well, no, just think about all the cool, all of the really cool stuff that we have going on in Cleveland. We have this museum on the lakefront that really nobody knew of. I've lived here my entire life, despite what people want to tell people. Lived here my entire life, and I've never been there. We never took a field trip there. Which maybe that's on the schools. Maybe it's the school's fault.
They let you down.
Yeah, they never took me there. But yeah, $1.7 million, and it's operating at a deficit. So yeah, I guess Doge isn't trendy anymore. Which we knew. I think we all knew that. I think we all knew that Doge wasn't trendy anymore, so we had to, kind of get away from it. That's still the craziest thing to me. They literally had Elon Musk there for 100 days to go, hey, guys, found all the places to cut. And Congress went, thanks for the list, bud. He's like, so you guys got to cut it? And they're like, going through a tunnel. Can't hear you. Huh? Elon's like, we're talking in person. They're like, yep. Oh, love it. Keep up the good work. Government. How about that? So, yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with the lakefront there. It's just there's so much you could do there. There's so much. I mean, you could put I don't even know what,
See, I thought it was just city government. I thought it was, what, this guy here? I don't know.
Oh,
The buck stops with me.
yes.
I thought it was him that was going to get in the way of screwing up our downtown.
Right.
But apparently now it's Senator Bernie Moreno who's having a hand in screwing up our downtown.
Now, Seth, you can't say that.
I can.
No.
Pretty sure I can.
Nope. No.
Why?
You are a conservative, and you cannot speak out against Republicans.
That's right. I forgot. He does
I
everything
read that.
right.
I read that online. Yes,
The buck stops with me.
that's right. So we have to blame. We have to blame. It involves a blue city. We must blame the blue.
Look, I do blame the blue, no doubt.
Oh yeah, no, they do. They share
because
a lot of the
they've
blame.
screwed this town up for years upon years upon
Yeah.
years. However, I am going to call out the people who are also responsible, and that would be one Senator Bernie Moreno for not wanting to shut down the International Women's Air and Space Museum along with the Burke Lakefront Airport.
Well, no, listen, keep the museum open. And that's what I'm saying. If they want to keep the building there, because it is something that was cool, keep that building there, keep the museum open. Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't know, maybe that takes up 4 acres, if probably not even that. But so that's fine. Keep that there. I'm talking about the other 400 something acres that we can develop.
No.
That's what I'm focused on. Yeah, keep the museum down there. In fact, if you want, build little other museums down there. Why not? That's fine. Make it something cool that people are going to want to come here. And don't put a bean. For the love of God, please don't put a bean in the middle of this, a giant silver bean, so people could go, "Oh, look, I saw the bean." No. Somebody said the Burke stops with me. The Burke stops with me. I don't know if something's operating at a deficit for what'd they say over the past 2 decades? Cut ties. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
No.
Yeah, we can't continue to do this. You are one of the poorest cities in the country, if not the poorest. You cannot continue to sit here and hoist this thing up. And listen, if the federal government wants it that bad, then they could pay the $1.7 million that it's costing taxpayers. Because meanwhile, look, and I'm not saying that they would do this, but I bet that would help out with people's property taxes in the area. And is that just Cleveland, or is that taxes with the state of Ohio in general? Because they love doing that. They've tapped out everything they can in a city, so now let's make it a county tax. They love doing that.
Cleveland ranks as the second poorest large city in the United States.
What's first? What is it, like St. Louis?
I don't have an entire list
all
here.
right.
But it says, with an overall poverty rate hovering around 30.7%.
That's heartbreaking. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. And you can't even get Republicans to run there. They won't even go down there and talk to people.
Really sad.
Yeah. But, by all means, let's not talk to each other. Let's make sure that we just, drive that wedge a little bit more.
And by all means, let's not build up the city and
No.
make it look good.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But if you're wondering about the International Women's Air and Space Museum, they are open 7 days a week from 8 to 8. How about that? But they are closed for all major holidays and home games of the Cleveland Browns.
You want to go down after the show?
I have things to do today.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah. I have a lot of editing to do. Gotta get the videos and stuff posted.
Oh,
but
maybe tomorrow we'll go.
possibly. Well, tomorrow we have an after show.
Oh.
Yeah, that's on Rumble.
Wednesday? We good? Maybe?
Wednesday?
We'll
No.
look into it.
No. I know I have somebody coming in Wednesday. I got to record stuff.
Okay, well.
Yeah. And then Thursday we have an after show.
Yeah, we'll find
Well,
time.
yeah, and then Friday's Open Lines
You
Ohio,
don't
where
wanna
we
do
talk whatever
Friday,
you want, wherever you call. Right, and I mean, it's probably I don't want to have to wait in line.
Right.
Yeah.
Packed on Saturday, too.
Yeah, no, Saturday would probably be.
Oh, and there's a home game for the Browns.
Oh, they're going to be closed.
Closed Saturday.
Man, Saturday was going to be the
That
day.
was going to be the day.
Oh, dude. Damn. Maybe.
So close.
Maybe next year, Maybe next year we'll figure that out. But yeah, it looks like a cool museum. I don't know. I still want a shirt. If they sell shirts, I'll buy a shirt. Sure, why not? But yeah, that's the fight over that land, 450 acres, sitting on the lakefront, and we want to keep it open to an airport. Even though we're putting millions of dollars, or what is it? It's billions of dollars now, into the area around Hopkins and Hopkins. So what are we upgrading all of that for?
Browns football, baby.
That's right. Yes, Cleveland Browns. So maybe we'll just have helmets all over the place instead of guitars. It's the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to take a break. TJ, I see you on hold there. We'll get to you as soon as we get back. If you want to call in, the number's 216-901-0945. Let's see. Oh, boy. Text from the 216 said, being a city-owned property, there are no property taxes levied on the airport. Correct. I was saying the money, the $1.7 million that's being paid towards it, that could have gone towards property tax. Not that they would ever do that. But this is the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here, AM 1420. The Answer, 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Just search the Jake Underwood Show. We're also on TikTok. You can see some of the behind the scenes there. Let's see, we do have some calls to get to. Let's get to TJ. TJ, you're in the air.
Yeah, hi, Jake. This Burke has always been a can of worms for the city.
Mm-hmm.
But, the FAA made this decision, so I don't think Marino had anything to do with the decision. I think he's just saying, look, they made the decision and there's nothing I can do. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys remember years ago, there was a fight between the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio claims they own, the lake, what borders Ohio.
Yeah.
And Cleveland says, well, we own the lakefront. And Ohio was saying, well, no, you don't, because your lakefront is all landfill. That was originally Lake Erie.
Right.
So I remember, I don't know what hashed out with that, but I remember that was a big argument about that. They can't even decide who actually owns the lakefront, the state or the city. I mean, do you remember that?
No.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was a big debate, and I don't know how if it was ever resolved. And both sides made a point. Cleveland said, well, this is our land. Ohio says, well, no, you filled in the lake to create that land, and we own that part of the lake. So
right. Interesting. Yeah, Seth.
I mean,
I think Seth's looking that up now to find out who owns what. Interesting. Well, I mean, Cleveland's paying tax on it, so does that mean they own it?
Well, and that's the sad part. If we got to pay tax on it, we should have some say so on what's done with it.
Right.
But I don't think you can blame Marino on this, because as a senator, what can a senator do? That's like the same thing when they were trying to stop that police decree in the city.
Yeah.
And Marino tried, but his hands are tied. It's up to a federal judge, and only a federal judge to do that. A senator can't do that. And I don't think when it comes to this Burke Airport, a single senator can't make the decision to close it or open it. It's a done deal by the FAA. So I don't know what they're going to do with it. I mean, it's
well, TJ, thank you for the call. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. Okay.
City of Cleveland owns the 50-acre downtown lakefront core, including the current stadium footprint and surface parking lots, as well as Cleveland's Burke Lakefront Airport, roughly 450 acres.
So Cleveland owns it.
State of Ohio
holds
adjacent public acreage and water submerged land right along the Lake Erie shoreline.
So we own the coast and they own the area behind the coast?
They own the water submerged and along the Lake Erie shoreline.
Okay.
Cleveland Metro Parks administrators and managers, regional lakefront parks like East 55th and Edgewater, under agreement with public entities.
Well, I guess it makes sense, now that you say that the city of Cleveland wouldn't be developing land that they don't own. So when they put out, like, the fact that these conversations are even happening, I guess they would own it.
The city of Cleveland does own Burke and...
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying.
And all that land right around there, along the coast, but then water submerged land, I guess.
Yes.
Is a
so
state
if
of
it
Ohio.
floods...
They can't just go out into the...
Yeah, no. So if it floods, then the state of Ohio owns it because it's water submerged.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Well, someone texted in and said... on the YouTube and Rumble streams, I don't see any planes coming in for landing from the Rock Hall view. Yeah, when we come back from break, you could see the Rock Hall there. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a plane.
Done a lot of events and stuff down at the Rock Hall. And
well, I mean, did it ever get noisy from all the planes flying over?
It did not.
No?
No, can't say that it ever has.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, going back to the AI, because I asked AI, because more than likely that's what politicians will do too. And it says, Burke is not simply an empty piece of lakefront asphalt. It serves general and corporate aviation, flight schools, helicopters, medical-related aviation, and major events, such as the Cleveland National Air Show, which we love the air show. It says, supporters also argue that it functions as a reliever airport, keeping some non-communal aviation away from Hopkins. So, in layman's terms, it's where all the private planes go. They don't want to have to deal with Hopkins. That's what that is. I don't know. I just, it's it for me, it's the fact that it's been operating at a deficit for over 2 decades. I think that's a problem. And that is where Senator Bernie Moreno could say, hey, so let's start looking into what we can actually use this for and what else can be done here. That can be done. And you know what? It doesn't just fall on Bernie Moreno. It falls on a lot of other people. John Husted said he's going to go along with what the FAA says. He's not going to, no buck back there. Which I get that. I mean, it's an election year. Yeah, his campaign said, at this time, Senator Husted believes any change to Burke Lakefront should go through the traditional process so the FAA can properly assess any plans for the property's future. That's what he said in a statement when it was Cleveland.com that reached out to him, and also Channel 5. So I don't know. Like I guess I get it, but at the same time, I don't understand it. There's a lot that needs to be done down there. And if this is an opportunity to bring whatever it might be, other museums, businesses, they're talking about Chicago. They want it to be like that. They want to have that lakefront. They want to be able to have something that they could look at and say, look, this is ours. But government steps in the way. It happens. I don't know. It's very, very strange. Because like I said, for me, it's the deficit. It's the stuff brought up about the deficit. You're telling me for over 2 decades, 20 years, there's been they can't make a profit?
All right, so this is how AI has to be wrong.
Okay.
AI says that just over 40,000 planes take off and land at Burke every year. Hopkins, 47,000 planes.
So AI is saying just about just as many flights that touchdown in Hopkins, touchdown at Burke.
Yes. And this is down from the late 90s, early 2000s, where it was 100,000 planes every year.
At Burke?
At Burke.
Really?
According to AI.
Well, AI is not wrong. It's never wrong.
Never wrong.
No, never wrong.
Don't you remember? I used to always go down to the lake and watch 100,000 planes land every year.
Yeah.
At that airport. Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Chief. We're going to take a break, get a check on news and traffic. When we come back, we'll talk about this a bit. We got the Cleveland Browns game. Seth thinks they're going to win. They're basically going to go undefeated, according to Seth. Some RTA cuts have been made, and then Trump and South Korea. Kind of a back and forth. People are losing their minds about it. I don't know that they necessarily should. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We're going to talk about that and more when we come back right here. AM 1420, The Answer.
across Ohio matters more. That's what we talk about every day. This is the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome into hour number 3 of the Jake Underwood Show on this Monday, August 17th. In the beautiful year that is 2026, in the greatest Cleveland area. And do you know why we're the greatest? Because we have an airport on the lake. I am Jake Underwood. The man behind the glass is one Mr. Seth Williams. Good morning, Seth.
Hello.
How's it going back there, Seth?
It's going fantastic.
Fantastic.
Last hour of the show.
Yeah, this is going by quick. We're talking about, we talked about a few things, some major changes happening with Flock. We'll see how that turns out. We broke that down for you. And then also this fight over Burke Airport, which is, it's just, the whole thing's goofy. We all know that it is, but Senator Moreno chimed in. The FAA chimed in. It sounds like they're not getting rid of it. So that's 450 acres taken away from the lakefront development plans that they were having. We'll see how that turns out. We're going to switch it up a little bit here soon, but first I do want to get to some phone calls. Let's see. Let's go to Jim. Jim, you're in the air.
Jake, during the Cold War, we had NASA over there. NASA has a lot to do with it because it's NASA, okay? And we were the second richest city in the world at one time, but the jobs went overseas.
Right.
And NASA had a big target on their back. So we needed an alternative for Cleveland Hopkins, and that's why the FAA says no. We can't land planes on 71 between 150th and 480. There's just not enough room. So the Burke is landfill from the Cuyahoga River and garbage dump.
Mm-hmm.
So they said we can't develop it, this and that and the other thing. They can develop it, but they needed an alternative for Cleveland Hopkins is the international airport, and NASA had a big target on its back. So that's another reason why they did that. So thank you for my call.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the call, Jim. Which is, I mean, I don't know, that's confusing because NASA Glenn's right next to Hopkins. But they're saying this, so Burke is there as like overfill? Like, I don't know.
All I know is when I drive by Hopkins, which is a lot, there's always planes going in and out of that place.
Right.
When I go downtown, which is fairly often, I rarely see a plane going anywhere near that place unless it took off from Hopkins and going above it.
Well, maybe you're just not looking.
I guess I'm not.
Yeah.
40,000 times I've missed it.
Yeah, 40,000. That's a weird number. I you know what though? I don't know. It might be. Now I'm second guessing myself. It might be 40,000. I don't know. You don't think so?
One day,
we
need to do the show live from just the street overlooking Berkeley.
Yeah. We'll just go set up in the Fox 8 parking lot.
And then we could watch the planes and we can count in a 3-hour time period how many planes land and take off. Interesting.
Yeah, if anything else comes with that, we'll make sure to give you the updates. But yeah, right now that's where it stands with Burke. Some changes that were announced over the weekend. President Trump, he's ordering some cuts when it comes to South Korea and the joint drills that are being ran together with U.S. forces and South Korean forces. He came out and he said he's not too happy about it. He said that he's not too happy about U.S. participation based on the very good relationship with Kim Jong-un. He added that that they're costly. They send a signal that is completely inappropriate and hostile to that country. And he went on to say that as long as Donald J. Trump has been president, he has been unthreatening and respectful. Now, I do see some people running away with the narrative, and they're kind of freaking out about it, but I will say this. There's also a lot of reports coming out where the South Korean government's going, hey, maybe there's an opportunity that we could talk here and maybe come up with some peace. Maybe there's an opportunity that, since President Trump, we've worked with President Trump, they have a good relationship with President Trump in the United States. Maybe, just maybe, we could talk a little bit and, come up with something that it's not as hostile as it is. I think with that region, you're always going to have hostility. It goes back thousands of years and probably thousands more before that and what we know of. But I think you're always going to have that kind of hostility in the area. But look, I'm all for peace. I think that's it's pretty obvious now. I'm not a complete tree hugger, but I understand. War is necessary sometimes, as unfortunate as it is. But with these two, I mean, it's just been a constant back and forth. Why not? Let's see if we could get some negotiations going.
Just a real quick breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yes.
There are now reports of a 911 call being made about a cardiac arrest and overdose.
So, real quick, Hayden Panettiere, she passed away over the weekend, 36 years old. You may know her from Hero. She was in Nashville. If you watched Remember the Titans, she was the little girl there. If you're somebody my age, this is the second Bring It On. She was in a lot of different movies. That's
just one report.
Well, but if you remember 3 years ago, her brother passed. Same thing, something with her heart, with his heart, excuse me. It was something with one of the valves. So I don't know, but she does leave behind an 11-year-old daughter. But yeah, she passed over the weekend, and it was kind of unknown. But they're saying there is a 911 call. They're saying cardiac arrest and possible overdose.
Yes, according to Fox News.
Man, that's heartbreaking. That's really sad. I know
apparently in her memoir she did express some challenges she's been having.
Yes, yeah. She's somebody who depression and anxiety it was very present in her life, and it seemed that she had overcome that a bit, especially with her daughter. She's been it sounds like she was an incredible mother. I know that her husband has custody of the child because she wasn't going through the best headspace at the moment. And I know that she basically did that willingly. She was like, look, I'm not okay right now. You take the kid, which, I mean, right there shows how caring of a parent that she is. But yeah, 36 years old. She was it was Coach Yost's, not Dave Yost, Coach Yost's daughter in the movie Remember the Titans.
Different person.
Yes. But yeah, she passed away, 36 years old. That's really sad. That, as I said, that was one of those that, like, when I saw that, I went, whoa. That's real. That's young. It's not okay.
Remember the Titans, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Such a good movie. Yeah, that's such a good movie. I mean, you got Denzel. You can't go wrong with Denzel.
That is true.
That's true. But yeah, that's another one. Yeah, we'll keep you up to date on that as well, because that's just heartbreaking. There's a lot of people I know that were like, "Whoa, dude, what's going on here?" But yeah, real quick, going back to Trump and the ordered cuts to joint drills with South Korea. We'll see. But I mean, it opens up the door for maybe just maybe a little bit of peace. I'm not saying it's going to be dancing in the streets and they're going to disco together, but at the very least, it might bring the hostilities down a little bit, which I think would be we need something like that. Just because right now it's like a pressure cooker over there, and there's just more and more and more and more pressure. You got Ukraine, Russia, you got Iran, and everything they're doing, and now if we're going to add North and South Korea to this, plus China's weaved in and out with all of them, we got to do something to bring that temperature down a little bit.
Also, Oman has threatened to get involved, and Trump says he will bomb the S out of them if they get involved.
All right. So remember everything I said about turning the temperature down a little bit?
Not happening.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So we're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna learn how to shut up. That's how that goes. But yeah, we'll keep you updated on all of this. It seems there wasn't a lot of news over the weekend. It seems this is going to be one of those weeks. So strap in and get ready for it. This is the Jake Underwood Show. Real quick, somebody said, we could put a flock camera up at Burke, and that'll prove how many planes use it. It's very funny. That's a good text. We'll be back right after this.
Something happened with your music bed that you gave
All right, well, I don't know. Welcome back to the Jake Underwood
play.
Show. All right.
Started to play.
Yeah, no, it happens. Welcome back to the Jake Underwood Show right here, AM 1420, The Answer 102.9 FM. We're on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Let's see, we have a text to get to about the North Korea situation. It said the crazy lefties will now say Trump is soft on North Korea. Yeah, they might. But if they're the crazies, then that means that there's not going to be that many of them.
I got a message saying there was a problem playing this audio file, so sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean, it happens.
Well, just let you know it wasn't my fault.
No, that's fine. Jot that down in the notes. Tell Mike about that. Wouldn't have happened if other people were. No, I'm joking. Yeah, welcome back. Real quick. Seth admitted something during the break. Now, if you hear Seth talk about his fantasy football team, he talks about how he never auto draft. I never auto draft. And then during the break, he lets it slip. He goes, well, yeah, I might have auto drafted, but I managed it well. Did you use ChatGPT?
I did not.
You didn't use AI?
I did not.
You swear?
I swear.
I feel like you did.
Look, here's I'll be completely honest.
Be completely honest.
So the night of the draft last year,
Yes.
I had to work.
Right.
And so I couldn't participate in the live draft.
Mm-hmm.
And so I let my team be auto-drafted
Yes.
by the whatever league that we
Well,
do.
hold on. I've done I did the draft. I was working. I was a part of that draft. I've done drafts at work before.
I was driving.
Yeah.
I can't drive and do the fantasy draft.
Okay.
Don't give me that look.
I'm just saying.
And so I did the auto draft.
You're being accused of not just last year.
Oh no, that's not true.
They're saying that you auto drafted almost every year.
That's not. That's the only year I've ever auto drafted. And like the one time I did really well was because I drafted literally every Kansas City Chief. That's
Yeah. No, I remember that.
But I did a heck of a job managing that team that the auto draft gave me. There wasn't much to my team. I had Bijan Robinson.
Okay. Yeah, one of the best running backs.
He was okay last year.
That was one of the best running backs in the league last year.
He was all right. I even forget who I had at quarterback. I don't think it was anybody good.
You had Bo Nix.
I had Bo Nix of all people.
Yeah, Bo Nix, the top 10 quarterback.
Would you have drafted him? No.
No, I would have. Yeah, if he was available, I would have.
You were busy drafting Baker Mayfield.
Because I draft Baker Mayfield every year.
Yeah, your MO is to draft Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield.
That's right. Those are my two quarterbacks.
Great.
Everybody knows that.
And I still beat you.
And then, first of all, you beat me by like 0.2.
A win is a win.
It's not like it was a running away victory. Also, a win is a win, so no moral victories?
I don't see any moral victories here.
All right, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns.
First place is about money.
We're talking about no moral victories. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns and the debacle that was their first preseason game on Saturday.
Now, that was a moral victory.
Oh, that was a moral victory. I'm sorry. I was mistaken. The two great quarterbacks that we have, of course, Shedeur Sanders. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback last year. He went 6 of 11 with interception. He averaged 7 yards per throw. 6 of 11 for 79 yards. Deshaun Watson, he started off pretty hot. He was 8 for 9 with like 40 yards. Yep, 40 yards. Yeah, you heard that correctly. He ended 11 of 15 for 126 yards. He was sacked once. And then Dylan Gabriel came into the game, the lefty. He was 5 of 8 for 23 yards, threw an interception. He was sacked twice for a loss of 17 yards. The combined totals for the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks, you may be asking, 22 of 34, 206 yards, 6.7 yards per throw, 2 interceptions, sacked 3 times with a quarterback rating of 59.4. Now, if you're looking at that and you're going, well, that's not terrible. A perfect quarterback rating is 158.3. So, there's that. Now, on the other side of the ball.
Wait a second, hang on. Watson, let's debate. Watson looked pretty good.
No, he didn't.
8 of 9.
for 40 yards.
Well, he was dinking and dunking, but it was still. You know,
That's an issue.
no.
You can't dink and dunk.
He could have pushed the ball downfield. They were trying to get him in rhythm.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Get him in rhythm, and then
They've been getting him in rhythm for the last 3 seasons.
Judkins didn't have a whole lot of playing time, but he looked good from when he was in there.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Judkins, 4 carries, 9 yards.
But it was special yards.
Oh, it was special yards.
4th and 1 or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he averaged less than 2.5 yards per carry.
Sampson out of Tennessee looked pretty good.
Sampson, yep. Yeah, he didn't run it one time. He had 2 catches for 40 yards.
40 yards. Unbelievable. And limited playing time.
Yeah, he is limited. Oh, Shedeur Sanders also had a fumble, as did Deshaun Watson.
And that fumble, the ball slipped.
Which one? Which fumble? The Shedeur or Watson?
Watson.
Are you Watson guy all of a sudden?
The ball slipped out of his hand.
Is that where we're going with this? Are you secretly a Deshaun Watson fan?
God. Look.
Do you want to get a jersey?
No, I was going to say I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Yeah, take a breath.
Yeah.
On the other side of the ball, for Chicago, their combined quarterbacks. Well, one we know for sure. Remember Case Keenum? He's number 5 for the Cleveland Browns. He was the backup for Baker Mayfield. Yeah, he went 9 of 10 for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Almost as good as Watson.
Yeah, the Bears went 25 of 40 for just under 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
We weren't playing a lot of our starters on defense.
Oh my goodness,
Schlesinger was out.
You know what's crazy?
Right?
Hold on. You know what's crazy? I'm looking at everything here. The Bears weren't either.
Well, it's the battle of second string. I don't care who wins.
Well, no, but don't you want your second string to be as close to the first string as possible?
Oh, come on. It was the first game. They're not even playing hard.
That's an issue, too.
No,
that would be an issue, too.
Save yourself, folks.
Let's see. Concepcion.
He looked great.
He had 3 catches for 27 yards.
Touchdown.
He had a rushing touchdown. That is correct. Yes, he did.
Did you see that end around that they made to him? He looked great.
He barely got into the end zone.
But he forced his way in.
Oh, yeah, he did. That 5'9" receiver, he forced his way in.
Now, look.
Amani Marshall had 3 receptions. Let's see. Jerry Jeudy caught 2 of the 2 thrown to him. That's a big deal. I mean, normally he drops things.
You have to be honest about Concepcion. He looked pretty good.
We thought Braylon Edwards was bad, and then we met Jerry Jeudy. Let's see. Denzel Boston, the 6'5" receiver out of Washington, 2nd-round pick. 1 catch, 15 yards. That's pretty good. I like him, so I'm going to hype him up.
Concepcion was better than that. He looked good.
Well, I would hope he would be. He was the 1st-round pick. He caught 75% of the passes thrown his way. The other one was the terrible interception thrown by Shedeur Sanders, where he overthrew the guy by like 15 yards. But hey, Browns, man, this is a Browns town. We play Cleveland Browns football here. Cleveland Browns football. Do you think the problem is that they were in Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very windy there.
It is. It is a windy city. Yeah.
It was a tough atmosphere.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see that tough atmosphere. Let's take a look here. As we said, I mean, it was at 1:00 our time, so noon their time.
Rainy.
43,000 people in attendance. So I mean, that
hardly
was
a crowd.
No, oh, well,
Who do they have to play for?
their city. That's what we would answer. Let's see. The team leaders. Well, yeah, the team leaders for the Browns. Deshaun Watson's 11 of 5, 126 passing yards. I don't even know who that is. Who is this guy? Hold on. There's a running back here. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Receiving yards, it was Sampson. Your guy Sampson running the screens there. Yeah, and then we had a linebacker, Reed, with 6 tackles, 3 of those solo. The Browns gave up 430 yards. Had 3 turnovers, 13 first downs, which sounds good until you realize the other team had 22. 5 penalties for the Browns, which you're like, wow, that's not bad when you realize the other team had 2. They went a lot for it on 4th down. They were 1 for 3. It's good. They were also 1 for 3 in the red zone. That's even better. Time of possession, though, the Browns will always win the time of possession. They had it for 34 minutes. So they had the ball 34 minutes and managed to score 10 points. Jake Underwood Show, we're going to take a break. We'll talk more about the Cleveland Browns when we come back right after this. Go Browns!
very first game. Said the Browns are gonna show you how the game is played. Here we go again.
54, 55, 64. You can find the trophy on the old age shore. Now the orange and brown coming back for more. Here we go again.
Back live and local. This is the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Let the games begin.
Here we go again. See, it's so funny. You know, the song was made in '99. You know, the Browns came back and talk about all the memories. And Drew Carey's in there. He's lip singing, and they're singing. You know, playing the saxophone on the lakefront. It's a beautiful, wonderful music video. And they're going, here we go again. Yeah, Cleveland Browns. And 20 years later, we're going, oh my God, here we go again. Here we go again.
I'm not. I'm having complete total faith. In fact, my win total went up after watching Saturday's performance.
Somebody texted in, this from 216. They said, just got shell-shocked. I looked at the price of Browns tickets. Not one for less than $100. Here we go again. Yeah, play it. Yeah, $100 to watch a practice game. #1 fan base, baby. They respect you. I promise they do. Don't believe me? Ask Jimmy. He'll tell you. Ooh. Yeah. $100 to sit in the nosebleed and watch us get our butts kicked. Yeah. 1st and 10. And then it'll be 2nd and 10 and 3rd and 10, and they'll punt the ball again. Yeah. We're getting ready.
You're just not a fan.
Getting ready. Oh, believe me, I am a fan. That's why I feel
not
this
a
way.
fan.
That's why I feel this way. Oh, boy. I have to apologize. The stats that I printed out, they were missing someone. He led the team in rushing. It was Devon Booth.
Yeah,
4 carries, 53 yards with a long of 28. He averaged 13.3 yards per carry. So basically, number 29, James Jackson all over it. Remember James Jackson? Remember that?
Of course.
Yeah, share the backfield with William Green and Jamal White. Remember that?
Best.
Yeah, for Miami. Because Butch Davis brought him in. Good old Butch. They're not going to win more
Who's
than
the one guy that
what?
Isaiah Crowell, remember him?
Yeah, the guy who acted like he was wiping his behind with the ball when he was playing with the Jets and he came here. Yeah. Remember Terrace West?
Man.
He shared the backfield with him. That was Johnny Manziel's rookie year. Remember that?
The good old days.
Oh, man, yeah. Brian Hoyer, Hut Hike.
Hey,
No,
not make fun of Brian
I'm not
Hoyer.
making fun of Brian Hoyer.
Ignatius kid.
Yeah, we would have made the playoffs had he
Super
stayed.
Bowl.
I don't know about that. Yeah, the tallest receiver he had on that team was Taylor Gabriel at 5'9".
5'9"?
Yes. Yeah.
Tall receiver. He had ups, though. He had ups.
Did he? Did he have ups?
He did.
Yeah, they just didn't happen during the game. Yeah. But yeah, Devon Booth, he led the team in rushing, so I apologize. I didn't want to take that away from him, considering. Yeah.
Like anybody knows him.
No, come on. Samson.
And I led the team in blocking, too.
Did you?
I did.
Well, you watched the game. What did you think of the first round pick there, Seth?
I thought he looked great.
Yeah. How do you say his name?
Which one?
Yeah.
Spencer Fano?
What?
Fano?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked great.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I thought he was great.
Let's hear the analytical
He had a
breakdown.
few pancake blocks that I saw in there, and he was flipping some of those players left. I actually, from what I saw, I thought he had a solid game.
Really?
Yes.
So it was a solid game?
Solid.
All right.
It wasn't his fault that.
Somebody texted us personally and said, I smell a 4-win season.
13.
Oh, you.
13-win season. I mean, you don't understand. It's preseason. They're not putting
Seth.
everything. Today is Fix It Monday. They're out there. They're
Seth.
working hard to get all these errors fixed.
Can I tell you what this reminds me of? What year was it? Hold on. I got to think. I think it was 2012. Preseason. They perfected the screen that preseason. to the point like I was going to the games. I was going with friends and family, and we're going, did we finally perfect the screen pass?
Yeah.
Did we finally do it? And then you know what they never ran in the regular season was a screen pass. That was the Colt McCoy years. Remember Colt McCoy?
Yeah. Remember about Peyton Hillis?
I remember Peyton Hillis, yeah. Actually, I think 2012 was Peyton Hillis' year.
Yeah. He was a great guy.
Is that sarcasm?
No,
you said that like it was sarcasm.
Didn't he save the life of like somebody that was drowning?
What do you got going on over there? Who's calling you?
Nobody's calling me.
Is it an alert?
Yeah.
Ring camera?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it an alert saying that a airplane's landing at Burke?
Yes.
Yeah.
There were two right then.
All right. Wow. Two at the same time.
But Peyton Hillis was great.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that he's not. No, he risked his life to save someone. And he was Madden cover guy for the Browns. That was a big deal. He beat out Michael Vick. Ironic, the dog pound beat Vick. What are we talking about here? That was great.
I choose
but that was also 14 years ago. Peyton Hillis. So
you're a religious guy.
I have faith in God.
The God is with,
not a football team.
God is with the Browns this season.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson leading that charge?
No, it will not be Deshaun.
Not that charge, just some 72 others.
It's going to be.
Yeah, all right.
It's going to be Shador.
Yeah. Oh, you think Shador is going to be the starter?
Yes.
I think Shador's traded in 3 weeks.
No.
Yep, I think he's traded. I think we're going to get a 4th-round pick for him, and you're going to see every one of these Andrew Berry bootlickers sit there and go, well, I mean, really, when you think about it, we spent a 5th-round draft pick on Shador, and we got back a 4th. It's pretty good value for the pack. I think this is a tank season. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is a tank season, and we're going to see every quarterback that is on the roster right now, they will be gone next year. This time next year, we're going to be talking about, wow, that's so cool that they brought in, I don't know, Kirk Cousins to be the starter in place of whoever the 1st or 2nd overall pick is that we got. We're going to go, wow, we have our guy. I can't believe we got Kirk Cousins and Archie Manning.
You think it'll be Manning?
Yeah, so maybe this time next year we got that to look forward to. We excited? Here we go.
I don't think it's going to be Manning. I don't think he's that good.
That doesn't stop the Browns from drafting someone first
that's
overall.
True.
Yeah. No, I think the way that this is going to, because, all right, like all sarcasm aside, it's the first-year head coach, and it's not like he's coming into a great situation, hence why he's a first-year head coach. He's got a complex offense. We have Deshaun Watson who can't stay healthy. We have Shador Sanders who can't stop patting the ball before he throws it. Stop doing that. That's like his crutch. The same way in broadcasting, people have crutch words. Mine for a long time, and I still do it a bit, is where I'm thinking I'll go, I had a friend of mine who broadcasting school was absolutely. That was his crutch word. Absolutely.
Everybody's got him.
Yeah, not Deshaun Watson. Well, he's got a few things. But Shador Sanders, his problem is he's got to pat the ball before he throws it. Listen, Shador, I want you to be successful. It's a great story. You got to stop doing that. Because you're going to – the issue is this. Everybody knows that when you're about to throw the ball, you pat it, and then you throw it. So what happens at that exact moment? The safety's watching you. Safety's going to creep up right onto that player. He's going to know exactly what to do. But then again, on Saturday, you overthrew the guy completely, so it wasn't even a problem. So, maybe
you
I'm
faked
wrong.
him out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, and then you just completely overthrow the player. And then,
it's you
throw an interception.
New offense.
34-10. Cleveland Browns fell. Don't say 10-34. That's an old Mike Trevisano lesson I learned. Got harassed about. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Oh, man.
It sounds awkward, but he let you have it over that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Now, the good news is if we want to talk, because I'm trying to find some positivities here. In the first quarter, when the Browns led 3-0, they had a probability of 65% of winning the game. And then when they were up 10-0, the probability was 80.6%. And then once they started doing the things that the Browns do, by halftime, it was 2.6%.
It was so
chance
funny.
of winning.
I laying there watching the game, right?
Yeah.
I specifically wanted to be home at 1 o'clock to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
So excited.
Mm-hmm.
I call my daughter. I'm like, look, honey, 10-0 Browns. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she comes in and was like, Dad, did we win? I said, almost, honey.
Is it
Almost.
Isn't it crazy that might be my biggest pet peeve about the Browns. It'll be 13-7 and you're like, "Oh, okay, cool. All right." And then you're like, "All right, I got to go cut the grass or I got to clean out my car real quick." So, you have it on, but you're not exactly listening, especially since Jim Donovan's not there anymore because you want to talk about dull. My goodness, is the play-by-play dull now. Like we get it. You're friends with everybody and then the other guy can't put a sentence together. It's wild. Anyways, but then you walk back in and you're like, "Oh, 13-27. They scored 20. They scored 20 points unanswered. It's only been 5 minutes."
Right.
It's really impressive when you think about it.
That's why I'm saying it was really close.
Yeah. No, it was.
If it wasn't for that 10-minute stretch.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the 24 points unanswered by the Bears in the second half, they would have won.
They would have.
Yeah.
So it was close.
Yeah. That's yeah, I mean yeah. Yeah. Oh, just so people know, we're going to during the season, if you're familiar with it, it's the Inside Edge Network. They do a good job. If you know AA Anthony Alford, Eli Moon, who we've had on here, they do a great job. Independent media. They stream. They do a lot of things, but we're going to have them on to break down these games. Once the regular season starts, I'm not going to make them break down preseason games. I'm not going to do that to anybody except Seth and I. This is the Jake Underwood Show. We'll continue to talk about this and put a bow on the show. Right after this, we'll be back.
Live and local. This is the Jake Underwood Show on AM 1420. The Answer.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Jake Underwood Show right here, AM 1420. The Answer. We're talking about this this previous weekend's Browns game. Now, I have good news.
What's that?
So to put things in perspective here,
Yeah.
the last time the Browns played the Bears was last season, Week 15. And this previous week, they lost 34-10. Last year, they lost 31-3. So when you think about it, they scored more points. They got a touchdown. They didn't do that last year. When you look at individual stats, Shedeur Sanders, on Saturdays, he went 6 of 11 for just under 80 yards and an interception. And last year, he went 18 for 35 with 177 yards, 3 interceptions, and 5 sacks.
Improvement.
Yeah, Shedeur wasn't sacked on Saturday. So, and Quentin Junkins, he averaged only 1.8 yards per carry with a long of 4, and this previous weekend, he had a long of 6.
And averaged 2-point-something yards.
That's right, 2.3.
So, massive improvement.
Yeah.
Almost double.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you look at it, when you really got to put it that way, I mean, Jerry Jeudy, well, he took a step back. Jerry Jeudy, he had 2 catches for 18 yards. On Saturday, he had 2 catches for 22 on Week 14 last year.
All right. So, but how many drops did he have last year?
Probably a lot.
See?
Someone says it sounds like you're whining, not winning, Jake.
You are.
I would say the Cleveland Browns are the ones. Somebody said it's been a tank season for at least the last 15 to 20 years. Somebody's asking, what have you been smoking? I'm assuming that comes with your would you say 14 wins?
13.
13.
13
I thought you said 14.
No, I went up from 12 to 13.
Oh, okay. All right.
After seeing the performance on Saturday, I'm going with 13 wins.
Yeah, what'd you think of Jared Verse? How'd he look out there?
But he looked great.
Yeah.
First game of the year, a little winded.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I think he's all right. He'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
Myles Garrett has taken 6 steps back since he started with his team.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And at least we don't have somebody speeding all over the place attempting to kill people.
No, we still have Shedeur Sanders. He's still here. He's
But that was like one time.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just that
Myles Garrett did like 6 times.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's what the Browns did. I mean, listen, here's this is how I'm going to handle this with the preseason games. When they're charging $100 or more for a ticket for a practice game, I'm going to act like it's a real game.
So
if they want to charge like it's a real game, I'm going to act and cover it like it's a real game.
I DoorDash on the side for extra money, right?
Yeah.
Because I need to bills are expensive.
Right. And
So-
radio.
Yeah, or radio. So it's a side job my wife and I do for fun. We get to hang out together.
Yeah.
We delivered to a Browns player's home once.
Yes.
And I'll tell you off the air who it was. But so I had a fake leg on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my leg was like infected and itching, like really bad. I couldn't take it anymore. I took my leg off in the driveway, not realizing that I was surrounded by cameras. So I have now my stump just hanging out. I'm itching it. I'm laying half on the ground in the guy's driveway delivering food.
Did he sign the leg?
No, he was a cheap person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it a big name player?
Oh, yeah. Off the air, I'll tell you.
Did he run it?
No.
No? Did he throw it?
I'm not getting into this. No.
Did he catch it?
I'm not getting into any of this. But it was once I realized there were cameras on top of me, it was a little bit.
What city?
Just Richfield area.
Does he play for the team still?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not who I thought it was then.
You'll know. You'll be like, what?
Big name player.
Got a burrito.
Where'd you get the burrito
And
from?
the tip was like $3.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's. How much was the burrito? Was it like Taco Bell?
That was Chipotle.
Oh, okay. So that's a pretty big burrito. All right, wow. So what you're saying is Cleveland Browns are bad tippers.
I'm not saying anything. Could have been a kid. It could have been, I don't know, a wife or somebody. I have no idea. But you'll know the name.
Why are you covering for the Browns player? What do you think they're going to get offended?
I don't like doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Since when?
It's their home, dude. I don't want to talk about their home. And
Well, no, you're not talking about their home. You're talking about how bad of a tipper
I'll
they
tell you
were.
what, the place is like unbelievable.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like-
no, I
It
bet.
was a compound. I mean,
Okay, so big money player.
yeah, it was not a.
First round pick?
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah.
First round pick.
You know, we're talking big money.
Still plays for the team
Big money player.
and likes Chipotle burritos.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, again, somebody in the family could.
Yeah, somebody in the family does. Yeah.
But it was like a compound, man. It was like.
Did they
weird.
they
Like,
answer
was
the
like
door, or
water
was it just
stuff
a,
all over the place? And
what, did they enter the door, or was it just you drop it off and then you left?
dropped it off and left.
Oh, okay.
After I had to try to get my leg back
Yeah,
on in
you
his
had to-
driveway.
Yeah, you had a situation
I
there.
was putting lotion on my leg and realized, oh my God, there's cameras on me.
Interesting. But yeah, Browns lose 34-10 to the Chicago Bears. Like I said, yeah, it's preseason, but when they want to charge regular season prices, well, then somebody said Dasher's tip confidentially. So
Dasher's what?
the fact that you're keeping it a secret, it's
Yeah,
very
well, I mean, I
honorable.
think that I don't want to get in trouble.
Why would you get in trouble? They're a bad tipper. They're a bad tipper.
Yeah, but it's my job. I don't want to.
Yeah, but you could pull it up and screenshot it and prove that he's a bad tipper.
I don't out people like that.
Defense or offense?
I'm not telling you anything.
Oh, because we would have been able to figure it out. All right, send your guesses in. 866-525-0955 over the next day. For possible first-round pick, still on the team. Who's a bad tipper on the Cleveland Browns? This has been the Jake Underwood Show. Thank you for letting us into your homes, your cars. If you're at work, you're almost halfway through the day. So keep doing it. You're doing a good job. We're proud of you. That's what we are. Tell someone about Jesus today, please. We talked about some pretty scary, negative stuff today, especially with the Browns. So tell someone about Jesus. That way they can have a good Sunday. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk to Jim Renacci tomorrow, break down some of the stuff that's going on. I want to pick his brain a little bit on the South Korea stuff. That and more when we are back tomorrow. Have an incredible day. Tell someone about Jesus. We'll be back tomorrow.